This is The Real Phil Show. Welcome to the 7th episode on Ripped Radio. Of course, we've got the bearded host and the conscious root with our special guest, Carl Drew, the man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to start off with the intro real quick. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Yeah. Welcome to The Real Phil Show now.
Yeah.
This is where the real go down.
Yeah.
We talking politics, come get in the mix. We go live every Monday at 6. You want positivity and jokes? There's a lot of that, folks. Just make sure you're woke. We trying to loosen the mental bondage. Consider this show unconventional knowledge. Yeah, these are the new boys of R&B. The new bad boys of R&B.
That's right.
There it is.
Oh, go ahead with it. Hope y'all can do that, right?
Yeah, I know Phil be singing. I seen him play the piano.
You saw him, right? You saw him on IG, right?
Straight from the church. Hey.
Hey,
About to
keep
give
that
him
joint
a
rolling.
word. All them women tripping, worried about a purse.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give them all these conscious words.
Whoa.
All these nouns and all of these verbs.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
We lit up in here, baby.
They don't want, we can go all day, baby.
We live, baby.
Live, baby.
Anyways, y'all, this is The Real Phil Show, of course. I'm the bearded host.
And the conscious root.
And our special guest,
Carl James Drew, everybody.
my man.
Glad to have you, bro.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here, man.
Yes, sir. So before we get into the news me section, let's just go ahead and fill our guest in. Who are you, sir? And what do you do?
Well, for those who don't know me, once again, my name is Carl James Drew. Man, I do a lot of things. I never try to box myself in. I am an artist. I'm an artist first and foremost. I do consider myself an activist. I'm very big in the community. I love bringing my people together. That's my gift.
That's what we're talking about.
I love spreading love. Like I'm just all around positive, man. Like
That's for good, man.
it takes too much energy to be negative, and so I try to just spread as much positivity as I can. You never know how that could change somebody else's day. Shoot, change their life, man.
And that's what we look to do here on The Real Phil Show.
Period.
That's what we do, right? And everybody that we bring on here, that's what they do.
Facts.
So it's just an all-around inspirational type of deal.
Yeah, it's really good to have, brothers, especially in this day and time, that have that positive message, try to uplift the community during this whole woke phase, you know what I'm saying? I hope it's not a phase. I hope this is a movement.
I hope it's not a phase,
right?
too, man,
and not just a moment, but a movement, you know what I'm saying, that we can just continue to build upon. But like I like what I'm hearing, man. I'm really excited for today's show.
Me too, man.
Now, today's show is entitled Talk Black to Me.
Talk what?
Talk Black to Me.
One more time.
Man.
Talk Black to Me.
I need that
All
shirt,
right.
man.
Yo, yeah.
If y'all can see my boy's shirt here, the co-host, Talk Black to Me.
Facts.
Let me just say it one more time. Talk Black to Me.
Yo.
That's about 5
We
times.
turning stereotypes on their heads, man. That's what we do.
Yep.
Stereotypes should never define you. I feel like the black community especially have been defined and pretty much broken down by these negative stereotypes that have been associated with us over many, many years. And so I think it's up to us, this current generation, to change that. And so when I saw this shirt, Talk Black to Me, I was like, oh, gots to get that, because when we're uplifting the community, we basically represent, we make what it is that we're representing, that we're wearing, pretty much. Let me say, yesterday we had this past weekend we had a conversation with a group of younger kids, I would say between the ages of 13 and 17, about 20 to 30 of them. And we were telling them that, basically talking about dressing for success,
Right.
and how the clothes don't define you, but you define the clothes.
Facts.
So
Man, I wish I was there, man. That's what I live for. It's funny because I just recorded a video. Like I said, I'm an artist, so when I make my music, I truly believe that my voice is the message.
Yes, sir.
And so if I'm gonna put out music, I can't be fake. I can't be fraudulent because that's not the energy that I want to give off anyway. A lot of people are not happy with who they are, and so they have to put on a facade to be accepted. But that's the problem with the world. Like, they wouldn't be accepted by people who wouldn't give a damn about them if they were on fire. They wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't give you $1 if you needed it. So you just have to be secure with you. You got to be true to you. And when you're true to you, everybody who's meant to be in your life will be there. You know what I'm saying?
Like Cat Williams said, be in tune with your star player.
Facts. Facts, man. Right. Can't be a fraudulent, man.
Cannot.
Fraudulent people don't last, man. That's
Not at
why
all.
even in the music industry, like Bama's come out, they have one hit. And you never hear from them again. It's because what you made wasn't organic. What you made didn't really touch people's soul like that. Because if it did, you would still be here, but you're not.
Right.
So.
Now, like we said, the show tonight is going to be centered around Talk Black to Me.
Facts.
Now, this has every appeal to everybody, right? So we're not trying to discourage anybody from watching. So all the white folks out there, those that ain't black, we love y'all. What we're trying to do is motivate and inspire the black community.
Facts. Absolutely.
So please don't be discouraged. Please continue to watch because you can learn something from this. If you really care about us, if you really care about the black community and the struggle that we're going through, you will listen because you care and you want to help.
You can actually tune in to the conversation. You can call us if you have anything you'd like to say. That number is 301-288-3100. We definitely want to hear from you.
I don't think they heard that number.
301-288-3100. Regardless of where you're from, whatever your situation is, we want to hear from you. And this is a conversation, and it's basically what we build upon within our communities. What's the definition of a community? It involves communication.
There it is.
So without communication, we don't really have community. So please call in, participate in this conversation.
There it is. Now, let's go ahead and start with the News Me. So for all of you that aren't familiar with this segment, News Me segment, we basically talk about whatever's going on in the news on the TV right now. And we try to spice it up a little bit, bring the millennial perspective and so forth. So without further ado.
Bro, you forgot, man. You forgot about the conscious word.
I ain't forget about it.
Okay,
I just wanted to see if you was going to do it.
Oh, what am I going to do?
All right, go ahead.
I'm the conscious root, bro.
You the man. Go ahead,
right?
bro.
So I want to play emphasize on that conversation we had with that group of young men this past weekend.
Mentorship to Manhood. That's the name of the organization. So you guys can definitely look out for them. Shout out to Mentorship to Manhood. Yeah, Dayon Johnson, the leader of that organization. We thank you so much. If you're listening right now, we thank you so much for the invite. And we look forward to continuing partnering with your organization and your young boys. All right?
Yep, definitely. Yeah, man. So the theme of the message that we wanted to express to those group of young men was discovering your passion, figuring out whether or not that is your purpose, and if so, taking action.
Yep.
And so passion, purpose, action.
There it is.
And a lot of times we have a passion, but we don't really feed into it. And that passion may be positive. You know, we hope that it's positive, you know, because if that passion can benefit someone else, more than likely that's your purpose. And if that's your purpose in life, you need to take action on it. Facts. So that you can make a difference within our society. You know, and so I urge anyone who's listening, tell your friends. Matter of fact, share this. If you're watching right now on Facebook, if you're watching right now on RIP Radio Networks, tell your friends about this because we want to touch each and every single person within our community, yo. Absolutely. But going back to what we were saying, passion, purpose, action, please don't take this lightly. I discovered my passion recently, which is writing and doing spoken word poetry, right? And so in doing that, I've also discovered that could possibly be my purpose, you know, and to encourage others, to elevate others, to uplift others. And I'm taking action on that. Each and every single day, I'm writing something down. Each and every single day, I'm trying to network with somebody who can help build my connection base so that I can eventually do what I wanted to do, you know, what I feel like I was born to do. You know, so
passion overwhelms me as
you want me to go through with it? No,
you ain't got to.
Okay, because I give to him. I was just singing earlier. I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I can't sing, but I could drop some words.
All right. Let's go ahead and news me, man.
Yeah, man. So first thing in the news, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about it. The terrorist attack that took place in Texas. Yes, I'm calling it a terrorist attack.
Let's emphasize terrorist attack.
Terrorist attack.
Now, the individual was
domestic terrorism.
The individual was a 26-year-old.
That's right. Devin Patrick Kelly.
Former
Air Force.
Yep. Former military personnel.
Mm-hmm. And this shooting took place in Texas. I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about it. But this young man killed 26 people in that church on Sunday in Texas, this past Sunday, in a Baptist church. He injured an additional 20. The youngest killed was a 17-month-old child. And the oldest was a 77-year-old. And so this begs the question, which we've been seeing so much on social media, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you are. I'm pretty sure you've seen that the left Democrats are pushing for talks on gun control. And I mean, it's a conversation that needs to be had. And the reason why I say that is because this individual has a history of domestic violence. And so he was still able to go out and legally purchase this firearm, an AR-15, which was used in the assault. And now I actually saw something that was very interesting. Like, I believe it was like the past 10 or so mass murders like this. Most of them were used in AR-15, the same gun that he used.
Ain't that
which is legal. Which is legal.
Ain't that interesting?
Which you can legally purchase, you know. But at the same time, there was a shootout that occurred where a neighbor heard shots fired and used his AR-15 to wound the terrorist, which ended in a chase by police where he later killed himself. Mm-hmm. And so the question is then asked, what should we really do at this point? Because the AR-15 was used to kill those 26 people and injure 20 people, but also another neighbor had an AR-15 and actually may have prevented additional people from being killed.
So what's the question?
When it comes to gun violence and gun protection, like gun laws, stronger gun laws, how do you choose in this situation? Yes, the AR-15 is an automatic rifle. Why should you have it? You know, at the same time, it was used to probably prevent others from being killed. And so where do you stand at this point? You know?
So I think it's definitely just a fortunate situation where the neighbor had that gun, because usually that's not the case, right? The destruction happens and then there's nobody really there until way after the fact, or until the terrorist kills himself. Unless you have law enforcement already present, usually they're just the perpetrator commits the crime and then either flees or kills himself. Mm-hmm. So allegedly. It was just kind of fortunate that the neighbor, allegedly, they killed himself. So it was just fortunate that the neighbor had a firearm with them, right, on them. I mean, and then again, it's Texas. Mm-hmm. So they're a little bit more liberal when it comes to gun control laws.
True.
But I do think that, I know that gun control laws in America need to be more stringent. I'm not sure how stringent they are on military personnel, current and former, but I do think that they need to be just as stringent, if not more, because a lot of times you'll find that former military personnel go through PTSD and other things that really mess with their mind, and then they come back home and they do things like domestic violence. They go into all kinds of crimes and drugs and violence and all kinds of things. So, and then they have easy access to these weapons because of their military background. So it's just that much easier for them to get it.
You know, the Texas AG released a statement saying that he urges citizens to use their license to carry to combat events like this. So he's basically saying that, no, we shouldn't have stronger gun laws. Citizens who have your guns, take action.
Well, I'm a big conspiracy theorist, man. I've been one
We wanna hear
well
it.
over 10 years, and I can tell y'all right now that I don't trust shit that the government says, and you shouldn't either. Number one, we're black. Name me one part of the government that has ever had our back in anything. I'll wait, because it's never happened. Number one. Number two, it is not a coincidence that, oh, every single accident, the Bamas have an AR-15. Let's be serious. I don't know. I know people with guns. I've been in the streets. I have people who, like, they're not murderers, but they're armed to protect themselves.
Correct.
Let's be serious. None of them have AR-15s. None of them. Speaking on my personal people that I know.
Yeah.
Now, they are strapped, like I said. You know, 380s, handguns, a little something slight. Like,
Right, the regular
you know,
stuff.
Exactly. However,
Ain't no daggone AR-15.
we have to
though.
we have to remember, with the government comes a lot of BS. Because, of course, they control the media, they control the radio, they control the music. So they can put out anything that they want on TV and gas it up and tell every news station says the same exact thing. So now we're talking about, oh, terrorists and this shit happening. Let's be serious now. Any terrorist attacks that have happened in America have been done by the government. The government is the ones that's doing these things. See, I don't know if y'all are hip to what's really going on right now, but, you know, martial law is definitely trying to be instilled. It's actually already instilled in places like Venezuela. It's you know, it's being predominantly mostly used in the UK. Like, shit is on the way. What they want to do is depopulate the earth. It's too many people on the earth. Even though the earth is so big that everybody can survive here, they want to depopulate the earth. They want to control the masses. They want to have one religion, one government, one money, one everything, because they want control of you. They don't want us to be conscious. They don't want us to be awake, so we can find out that we are the real true kings and queens. They don't want that. So when they come up with all these fake false flags, oh, now everybody's riled up, like, oh, snap, they need to change gun laws, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. The government needs to stop doing fucked up shit. Pardon my language.
No, you good. But what do you think about the churches? You know, because a lot of people are saying that churches need to do something now to protect themselves.
It's not. I think it's a bunch of BS, because it's easy to get people to put their guard down when you say church. Let's be serious. In our black communities, the church was the threshold of the community. I know he knows my brother through church, and I didn't even know. Me and him spoke. He said, yo, I want this young pastor to come on here. What's his name? Nathaniel Drew. I'm like, fool, that's my little
That's
brother.
my brother. Yeah.
Wow.
Legit blood.
That's my blood brother. Those are my twin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the church was the threshold of the community. We don't have that anymore. So we don't have the togetherness that we had back in the 60s, back in the 50s.
But do you see that as a problem?
I do. Because, number one, a lot of people are leaving religion because religion is bullshit. Religion is meant to control your mind. It's meant to cloud your judgment. So now, instead of people living a life where, you know, they can make decisions for themselves, now they base everything off of the Bible. What would God do? What would church do? Like, yo, God gave you the mental capacity to know right from wrong. If you're doing something, you know right from wrong. Nobody ever told you it was wrong to kill your mother, because you knew that it was wrong to disrespect your mother. Nobody had to tell you that. When you go to steal, you get that inclination in your head like, man, maybe I shouldn't steal this. What would happen if I stole this? Nobody has to tell you that.
So do you think churches should arm themselves, though, like in certain situations like this, because the attacks?
Sticky situation, man.
Because
Very sticky. Very
yeah,
sticky. Let's see if anybody wants to chime in.
Situation, man.
Yeah,
Numbers 301-288-3100. 301-288-3100. We want to know, what do you think about gun control laws in America? Should they be more stringent? Should we be more lenient? Is it all BS? Let us know.
Who are the ones with? We have to ask ourselves this seriously, though. Who are the ones with the guns? Because the government and the news, they make it seem like black on black crime is more prominent here in America than white on white crime, and we all know that is straight bullshit. The guns in Chicago. I'll give you an example of Chicago, for instance. They make it seem like these little 15 and 16-year-old kids are waking up and got AR-15s under the bed.
Right.
All types of automatic weapons. Number one, first off, what a lot of people don't know is that the feds dropped those guns off in the hood. I've watched documentaries myself personally when older grown ass men have come out and been like, yo, we don't even know where these young boys is getting these guns from. Oh, we've seen the government come and drop them off in the alleys in the hood. They want us to kill each other.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
They do that. So how does it happen? I can't go outside right now and go to the corner store and buy an AR-15. I can't.
Yeah.
And they're not going to make it accessible for a black man to do it anyway. So the only way that you would be able to get that in your hand is if somebody gave it to you. Somebody has to literally put it in a place where you could be like, oh shit, that's an AR-15. Now I got an AR-15.
No, you can legally buy an AR-15.
No, I know you can, but I'm saying like in the hood.
I see what you're saying. Okay, I see.
You're not gonna get it just like that.
Come on, bro. We're talking about, and the AR-15 just became legal to buy. It was not legal to buy 5 years ago. Let's be serious.
Thank you.
This is something new. So when we go back and think of my main thing about people these days, they eat up the gula and all the BS that the government gives them, but they never take time to use their brain. We're black. We invented this thinking shit. So tell me, how can somebody who learned how to wash up from us, who was living in barns and corrals with their animals and shit, can tell us how to think?
What do you think about the president's statements? We continuously hear this. Thoughts and prayers.
It's all acting.
That's all we hear afterwards.
It's all acting. It's all acting. All politics is a big ass reality show. If people really believe that politics is real, then you're stupid.
Do you think that is more of a reality show now after?
It's always been a reality show.
So let me ask you this.
They know who the presidents are going to be 15 years in advance. The Simpsons had Donald Trump as the president 15 years ago in there. But people don't pay attention to that shit. They just think, oh, because it's a cartoon, it has no truth.
Let me ask you this then. Do you think that that there are good politicians?
No, I don't. Just like I don't think there are good cops.
Really?
You cannot be a good... I'm sorry, but you have to think about it like a fraternity.
Okay.
If you're in a fraternity...
As it is, yeah.
You're a fraternity. So what happens when you're pledging, you're not going to go outside and tell outside people because they're not in your fraternity. Loyalty, honor, and respect are the main things in a fraternity. So if I'm getting my ass whooped, I'm not going to go outside and tell everybody that I'm getting my ass whooped because I might discourage potential people from joining.
I see.
Even though they know I'm getting my ass whooped.
I hear what you're saying, but how do you correlate that to saying like there are no good cops?
Well, because let's see, if your cop friend is in a car and he pulls somebody over and he starts fighting with the patron or whoever that he pulls over, what do you think the other cop's going to do? You think he's going to sit there and watch him? No, he's going to go fight with them. What if your man's, they know if their partner is a bad cop. But what are they going to do, snitch? Because what's that going to do? It's going to start turmoil within the police department. Now you have one good cop with 900 bad cops.
So you're saying that the fact that the good cop, for example, isn't able to speak out on the
guilty
issues.
By association. If I go rob a bank and you sit in the car, and I never told you that I was going to rob the bank, I just asked you to drive me to the bank. I robbed the bank, but I come back and hop in your car and we get pulled over, and you didn't even know that I was doing that. Are you going to be guilty? Why are you going to be guilty? Because you with me, right?
So let me make a statement then, because I don't agree that all cops are bad.
Show me a good cop.
I know good cops.
29 years, no. 30 years, I ain't never met a good cop.
Well, you ain't met the right one.
That's because I have cops in my family.
Yeah, but
so they ain't good?
No, they're not good.
How they not good?
Because they work with the pigs. How can you be, if you, bruh, people are sitting there acting like they don't know. If you work with the feds, you're not a good cop. Show me how many black men have gotten killed by cops this year.
Yeah, but that ain't all cops, though.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
It does
You're
matter.
guilty by association.
You have to differentiate between who is bad
That's
and who is
like-
good. You got to,
it's like
bro.
saying it's like saying all white people are racist.
Exactly.
You can't say that.
You can't
I'm
say
not.
that.
All white people might not be racist, but all white people benefited from racism.
But
Did they
still,
not?
White privilege. I guess that's what you're.
Did they
you're
not?
hinting
They're still benefiting from our
but they're
racism.
not racist.
How do you know they're not racist? Just because they
Not
have,
all of them
you don't
are.
know they're racist because they haven't come out and told you.
But then not all of them are.
Whatever you say, bro.
Not all of it, and so we can't make hasty generalizations like that.
Well, I'm not making hasty generalizations, but This is stuff that we all have to think about
No,
because
absolutely.
it's real.
Absolutely. We
People
gotta
don't think about that.
We have to think about it.
When you say that all cops are bad, you literally negate the fact that there are cops on the force that join the force to try to make a difference.
To try to make a difference, right? I agree. They tried to make a difference, but you can't make a difference when other 99% of the cops are bad. And I'm not saying
but there's a percentage of that 100% that are good.
So what's the percentage?
You said 99%.
What's
even
the
if it's 1%.
And what type of change do you think that 1% can do when everybody else is dirty?
The change won't necessarily happen with the cops. We have to affect law. We have to change law in order to get changes, right? And so legal representation of blacks is essential for the eradication of legal racial discrimination. That's what Charles Hamilton Houston said.
You also have to keep in mind, and I don't mean to cut you off, but you also got to keep in mind that we elect these people, right?
Wait, hold up. Before you say
police officers are public servants.
Before you go anywhere, who elects who?
No.
It's a good statement.
Who do
elect sheriffs. So we have a say.
It's just like the NFL, bro. It's just like the NFL, bro.
So we have to keep that in mind. We have the power as people. We just don't realize.
Do we?
We don't use it.
We absolutely do.
We don't use it.
We do.
That's the way that democracy works.
We don't use it.
Now, the majority of Americans haven't realized that yet in all how many years that we've been a country?
If you look at the recent polls in this past election, I believe it was like 40% of the U.S. population didn't vote. During the main election.
That's
but
stupid.
But that's during the main election, right?
Okay.
And so, during the main election, right? But then let's break it down locally. How many people, if they're not voting for 40% aren't voting for the general election.
Right.
If we break it down locally to your locally elected sheriffs,
right, which
happens through a democracy process, if they aren't voting, then what makes you think they're voting at the local level?
Well, now that matters because that's why I asked Phil what he means by we elect. Because if you know anything about politics, which you guys are very smart, so I know that you do, our votes when it comes to picking presidents don't matter. You know that already.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Electoral College and those guys are the ones
voter suppression and different things like that.
But everybody knows who the president is already going to be before the electoral. That's what I'm saying. Our votes matter in the local and the state. Yes, we have the power to influence who gets picked in those realms. However, the presidential realm, you have that already figured out.
So with things like voter suppression, and if we break that down, like people aren't able to vote because they don't have valid driver's license. They have duplicated votes, which were falsely identified, and people's names were removed from that entire voting process, which completely cut the number of individuals who would have been eligible to vote in those different states. So you've got thousands. And when I say thousands, I don't mean like just 2,000. I mean like 40, thousands. 90,000, 100,000 people who aren't able to vote in these states. You got 40% of black men who can't even vote in Florida.
But what are they voting for? What are they voting for?
Let's say, okay, if we got the election, the general election that just happened, Donald Trump versus Hillary.
Okay.
If they had voted for Hillary, we obviously would have a completely different type.
But not just that,
though. You wouldn't have anything because your votes don't matter. Do you all get that? Hillary won well, then y'all need to go back and read then because your I said, Hillary, the popular vote, Hillary won.
Okay.
If your votes mattered, Hillary would be president. Who's the president? Who's the president? Just answer my question.
But it's different, though. You have to understand.
Who is the president?
We know who the president is.
So therefore, your votes don't matter. Why don't your votes matter?
No.
It does
You're looking at it the wrong way. You're looking at it the wrong way, bro.
I'm spitting facts. Your votes don't.
No. You are. But you're looking at it the wrong way. You're looking at it wrong.
The only fact you just spit right now is that Trump is president.
I spit multiple facts. You didn't listen. What I said was, I said your votes don't matter. Do y'all get that?
But that's not a fact.
But you're basing that off of the Electoral College.
I'm basing it off of the Electoral College is the one who picks the president. So are we in the Electoral College? Yes or no?
No, we're not.
So therefore, your votes don't matter. What's so hard about that to understand?
But what influences the decision of the Electoral College?
Whoever runs the Electoral College.
No, the vote.
The number of votes, bro. No, look. Just look.
That's how it works.
The number of votes. Let's say you got Democrats, Republicans.
No,
right?
I understand. The Electoral College's votes determines who's the president. Us,
the majority,
the majority
citizens,
of
our votes.
The majority
y'all
of our
gotta go
votes.
back and read, baby boy, because that's wrong.
It's the numbers, bro. It's the numbers.
I'm telling y'all, that's wrong.
And you know why?
If our votes mattered, Hillary would be president.
Okay, let me give you an example. Florida. Let's just use Florida. 40% of black men cannot vote.
Facts.
Right? Because of what is it? Because they have criminal charges, felonies, different things like that, right?
Federal
And
issues.
that was a law that was instated in 1886, a form of voter suppression.
Facts.
And now you have additional people who aren't eligible to vote because things like duplicated names, voter ID registration, and they don't have valid ID, so
Right.
they can't vote, right?
Right.
So think of how many people within the state of Florida, which is pretty much a swing state. It's a purple state.
Very much
It can
a
go
swing
blue
state.
or red. Think of how many people were cut from
very
that.
much a swing
Think of how many people were cut from that entire process. Florida was Trump won Florida.
Yep.
Trump
and
won Florida.
Ohio, which is another
Swing
state.
states. So, but he won it based off the numbers of people that voted.
All they do
It was-
is to
people were
get
cut.
people involved. Look, I'm
People were cut.
telling you, if it mattered, Hillary would be president, but she's not because your votes don't matter.
So how did how did Barack Obama win then?
What do you
Twice.
mean? The electoral college picked Barack had nothing to do with the our votes.
The popular,
It
correct.
had everything
It had
to
nothing
do with it.
No. I'm sorry. I'm so
No,
sorry.
No, you good, you good.
I'm so sorry about
No, it had everything to do with that.
Did it?
It had
Did
everything
it?
to do with
Did it? Did it really?
Our votes determine how the electoral college makes the decision.
Yes.
Listen, my man.
It's true, bro.
Listen, my
it's
man.
true. Like,
Either way.
Like I've agreed
Either
with
way.
some of the things you said, but then some of the things we got to that's what we do. We have to correct each other.
Let me
Now,
tell
whether
you-
we
let me
agree
t-
to disagree,
Right.
that's
no,
fine. You know
hey,
what I'm
look, I love this. I
I
could
know.
literally
I've
talk
seen
about
you. I've seen you. I know you do.
this is my beef with black people is
Ever.
this.
Yeah.
We are so invested in a system that has never protected us. Period. And you can't. There's nothing that this system that we're going out and standing at the polls for and marching down the street.
But-
they've never done nothing to protect us.
Does that mean
Tell me one
But
time.
why?
Because they don't care about us. So why would we go vote in a system of systematic killers? That's what it is.
that
Systematic
means-
oppression, systematic killers. They hold us back from everything
Okay.
that we face is
Hold on.
systematic. So why would
So-
we go
so-
rush down and vote for somebody who we know is not going to do shit for us?
so? That means we're not supposed to support.
No, we're not. Do you
So
understand?
how do we create change then?
We had our own stuff. You guys are smart. You know
Yeah.
about Black Wall Street. You know about Tulsa, Oklahoma. Integration was created because they wanted to get in our business.
Okay.
When we were not with them, we had thriving businesses.
But guess
I
what?
agree.
Do y'all know where the term
I
picnic
agree.
comes from?
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I
They
agree.
would
Guess what?
pick a nigga to hang.
I agree with you saying.
But
I
guess
agree
And
with
the
you
people who they would hang were business owners.
saying. I agree with
Yeah.
you saying.
While the white people
I hear
sat
you.
there and watched.
I hear you.
Come
But
on
guess
now.
what? We're in America.
Okay.
We need.
We were here first. We were here first.
Yo.
Don't forget.
Wait. I got something to say with this. If we don't vote, if we don't participate in politics, then what?
The same outcome is going to happen.
It's gonna
The
get
electoral
worse.
How? It's already worse. What we can't.
So you're saying it can't get any worse than what it is now?
We got them killing kids. We got them killing women. They're killing black men for no reason.
But how do we change it, bro? We
By-
have to participate in the process that has been created.
The process
until we change it.
The process that
Until
we've been
we
trying
change
to
it.
change for how long, bro? So are we supposed to sit down and continue to get our ass beat and hope for change? That's what people
We
want.
have to unite.
First of all,
We have to
this ain't
unite.
our.
That's
this,
the first thing. We have to unite.
This ain't our country. We have to understand that, right?
Whose country is it, sir?
This ain't our country.
Who's
so
our?
we have to, as black people.
Black people were here, but black people were here first. This is our shit. That's what people get misconstrued.
However,
Columbus saw black people when he came here. He wasn't the first person to go across
Right,
the world.
right,
He seen
right.
the olive man, the red man.
Indian,
We were here first.
Native Americans, right?
So how can they tell us what they did was perpetuated a system on our land?
So what we have to
Money
do,
is fake.
So what we have to do is unite under whatever system is here right now, so that we can create that change. That's what democracy has created for us.
Democracy does not give a crap about black people. They
You're
label
right.
us what 3/5 of a man. What? Ain't that right? Like, come on, man.
You're right.
They look
But-
at us as cattle. They look
right.
at us as
But
cattle.
look at
bro.
this. Look at this.
So hold
In
on, hold
order-
on, because democracy needs us to take a break real quick. So, so let's take a real quick break. I know that the discussion is very heated right now, so let's take a real quick break.
This is
and
black
then-
excellence, right?
There it is. And ain't no hate Ain't no hate in here.
Nah,
Absolutely not. These are three kings talking about what is very important and passionate in our hearts.
Conversations we need to have.
Thank you.
So
People are afraid to address the elephant in the room.
So make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is the Real Phil Show.
But imagine if we could wake up everybody like that. Or just,
what up, everybody? This is the Real Phil Show. Welcome back. This is the bearded host,
and I am the conscious root.
And we've got our special guest, Mr. Carl James Drew.
Yeah.
So we've been, I would call this a heated discussion.
Yeah, debate
amongst brothers,
intellectual
dialogue,
and intellectual discussion
amongst brothers about things that are very passionate to us.
Yeah, man.
You know, these issues, we don't take them lightly.
Nah.
And you see us talking so fervently, so heated, passionately about these things because we care, and we want you guys to care too. There's no reason why us young people should be walking around school, walking around this earth, just carelessly, not caring about what's going on in our world, because we're here to make a difference. We're here to make it better. So, with that being said, I want to bring attention to something. The Real Phil Show has been nominated for two awards. One is Most Inspirational Show of 2017.
Yo, say it again, bro. Say it again.
Most Inspirational Show of 2017. All right?
I like that.
And the second one is Best New Show of 2017. So make sure you guys go ahead and vote for us in those two categories. Again, that's Best New Show and most inspirational show of 2017.
I'm inspired by
So
just being here.
all you've got to do, all you've got to
Appreciate it,
do
brother.
is go to the website www.rippedradionetwork.com. Go to the first tab you see on the top of the screen called Rippies. The Rippies. Yeah. You click on that tab, scroll down, and you'll see the first two columns, the first two categories on both sides, the left and the right. You'll see Best New Show and Most Inspirational Show.
Facts.
Just click on The Real Feel Show and hit vote on each one of those categories, and we'll be ever so grateful.
Yes, yes, yes. Please go out and vote. Please participate. Yo, we need you all to vote, to cast your, just like we were just talking about just now, participate in the democracy so that we can represent the culture the best way possible, yo.
Yes, sir. Anyway, so we've been talking about all things black. Talk black to me.
Yeah.
How this government ain't really for us.
Ain't
right?
really? They're
So-
not for us. You might as well
No, ain't
call
really.
it, call
No, no,
call
no,
a
no,
spade
no.
a spade, Phil.
No,
Call
no,
a spade
no.
a spade, Phil.
You're right. But there's a misconception because a lot of us think that, oh yeah, it is for us. So I was right in what I said.
Yeah.
All right.
Respect my
So
oaths.
yeah, man. So let's go into the next
Okay.
next topic for news.
Bet. So
And we just gonna keep it rolling.
Facts.
So, this is a dialogue. This is just brothers talking. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep talking about what's passionate. Ain't really no certain way this thing is supposed to go tonight. Usually we have our guests and we center the conversation around our guests, but this is the brothers' conversation right now, and we want everybody to stay tuned and listen to what we're talking about because we're very passionate about this. Without further ado, let's go ahead.
Yo, I want to talk about what happened this weekend, yo, between Deontay Wilder and Romain Stavern. Did you know what I'm talking about? All right, that's what I'm talking about.
I definitely know I know what happened.
How many of y'all saw the fight this weekend, man?
I know what you're talking about now.
Yo, first round
Yeah.
knockout, man.
Yo, the dude looked like a madman, yo.
What did y'all think was gonna happen?
Bro,
Let's be serious.
If you watch No Line at www.ripradionetworks.com, you can actually see the picture that we have up there. This man is laid out.
He's laid out. And
Clean.
social media had a field
Bro.
day with that.
His legs were like this.
Right.
And
He was doing the tissy roll.
Yeah, the Tootsie Roll. I heard that. I heard
But
that.
see, before the fight, this is why you got to be humble, man.
Right.
Because
Facts.
you
Facts.
never know. Well,
Right.
first off,
Right, so
if you
this-
watch Deontay Wilder's highlights on YouTube, you know what he's bringing.
Shut
I
up.
wouldn't even be talking trash, man. I'd be like,
Exactly.
may the best man win.
Me and
That's what I would have
Exactly.
said.
Me and my brother have a saying that Deontay Wilder says. He said, "I come to your backyard for that, my man."
Right.
That's exactly what he did. Cuz was like, "Man, I'm coming for your
Yo,
ass."
so
cuz."
Yeah.
And Deontay was just looking at him like, "Fool, I'ma kill you."
and he didn't even say nothing. That's the funny part. He ain't say nothing.
He
He
said
just went to
nothing.
the ring.
He,
All
no,
right,
he
bet.
just looked at him like,
That's it.
Romain said he would kill.
We
Did you hear
got
that?
we got Latoya on Facebook saying he should have kept his mouth shut.
kept it all the way shut. First off, he was stuttering.
Dude went night.
He was stuttering. He was like, "I'm gonna come. You better go ahead in the back." 'cause you
Right.
don't-
Yeah, I heard it.
You better go
Bro,
ahead.
He was scared in the.
I literally would have been. I literally would say, "Look, may the best man win. Respect to you, my brother." And we left it at
look,
that.
50
I would left it at that, bro.
50 Cent said that when he walked in the ring with Wilder, by the time he got back to his skybox, the fight was over.
It was over, son.
That quick.
I saw that. That's how fast it happened.
The joint couldn't have been more than a minute. I didn't even watch, but I watched it when I seen it on
The highlights,
It
yeah.
couldn't have been more than a minute, bro.
Dude went night.
What's going through your head now if you're Romain though? If your pictures all over social media, what's going through your head right
Suicide?
At least I got paid. At least I got paid.
No lie.
He's
No,
richer.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's richer than 75% of the people in the world.
True.
now? Money isn't everything, bro.
Okay, but it'll make your eye feel better when you're counting 400K.
Yeah, but at this point,
Yeah, but he's still
you're going
rich.
around your entire
Hey, guess
like
what?
everything
No,
that you
you
built
feel
and
like
worked
crap.
for
You feel like
has
crap.
just been destroyed.
I mean,
in one
You do
fight.
feel like crap.
We're all
You gotta be
competitive.
honest.
Who likes to lose?
Right.
However, It's better to lose and get paid a cool $400K than lose and get paid nothing.
Yeah.
Let's be serious.
No, that's just reality, right?
You could talk about me while
That
I'm
makes
riding
sense.
away in my S550. I don't care. I'm the laughing stock, but hey, I'm still richer than you.
True.
Let's be serious. There's a saying I saw this girl say. She said, "It's better to get your heart broken Dubai than to get your heart broken Southeast."
Whoa. True. I ain't heard that one before.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
It's better to get your heart broken Dubai than to get your heart broken Southeast. Like,
Dang.
So
know what I'm
Latoya is on here. She lit about this whole combo right now. So she's saying 400K, but his ego / reputation is shot up.
okay,
That's
so
what I'm saying, like-
he didn't beat Deontay Wilder, who's one of the top 2 best fighters in the world.
It's
but
like,
I guarantee,
so what?
Bro, if
Exactly.
Basically, it's
look,
like, so
if,
what?
If I'm your
Exactly.
if I'm your friend, right, and we both got money, I'm gonna claim you for the rest of for all eternity.
But can you beat your friend? Is that the thing? He'd be like, all right, well, I lost him, but can you beat me?
Right.
And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the same picture we just put back up there. I'm like, bro, you can't talk.
We
Like,
gon-
don't talk no
but
more.
we gonna square up though.
I mean, yeah. If you gonna talk all that
mean-
smack to your friend, like I'm your man's, like yeah, I feel like yeah, it's a certain competitive nature. Like yeah,
No, yeah, I
is
get
his,
that.
This is his profession. So at the end of the day, we know in boxing you win and you might win or you might lose.
Yeah.
I mean, he dug himself into a hole, but I mean, he got paid for that hole.
Yeah.
It's not like he went home broke.
Right.
Exactly.
Be serious.
Exactly.
A lot of Bammers felt the same way when they got in there with Mike Tyson too.
I
They
wouldn't
know
got-
they couldn't beat Mike, but shit, I'm about to get paid this $2 million.
I wasn't gonna get knocked out though.
Yeah, see, he got knocked out.
What you gonna do?
He
What
got
you gonna
knocked
do,
down
run
the first.
around?
The dude.
The last time
Wilder-
before he got knocked down, he should have just stayed down. He should just stay down. Like, being real. Why you gonna stand up?
He got
He
knocked
would
down
not
3
knock
times.
me
in
out.
The
first
last time before he
No,
before
I know.
yeah.
He got knocked down 3 times. So
But
he
he
should have
should've-
stayed down the first time.
Hey, look.
That's
look,
a sucker move.
Look,
No,
Wilder.
no.
That's a
The
sucker move. I
No,
would
no, no,
clap.
no. So you saying you just gonna get plastered all over the ring
Yes.
like that?
If I'm in this,
man.
if I'm here in this
You
ring,
gotta protect yourself.
If
You
I'm
gotta protect yourself.
He wasn't throwing no punches anyway. How many punches did I haven't seen him throw not
You're
one
right,
punch
though.
all
It was the
highlights.
first round.
But look, Wilder was wild though. Them punches was wild.
Yeah, he's a
I'm not
wild.
gonna lie.
He's a wild puncher. He doesn't have like
So there's no way that he would have knocked me out. I'm sorry,
Phil.
Wait,
stop.
you talking about you today?
Phil?
dude. If I'm a boxer, trained boxer, he would not have knocked me out. I
Phil,
swear.
you don't
on
think that
everything
you
I
don't
love.
think you don't think that Negro was a trained boxer?
Bro, he's throwing everything wild.
Do you think that Bama was a trained boxer? The hits that Wilder hit him with, they were right on the money. He hit him in the face with that straight, and then he hit him on the chin.
He wouldn't have caught me.
I'm telling you.
He would not have caught me. I put money on it. He
Yeah.
would have never caught me.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you,
I'm
dog.
gonna call bullshit, bro.
I don't
I'm
care
sorry.
what you say. Cause you seen me train before, so I don't care.
Who's
Oh, well,
but
I
I
didn't even
was
know-
the one that was helping you train, so I know what you can do.
He called your
I know.
bluff.
He wouldn't have hit me with that.
Are you nutty,
He wouldn't
Phil?
have hit me.
Phil.
He would not have hit me
Phil,
with
What's
that.
in that bottle, bro? Because I always gotta ask.
He
What
got
you
some
drinking?
vodka.
Is that clear substance and it's gone?
Sam Pellegrino.
Is that clear substance and it's
What?
gone? Yo,
Look, I don't care what you
But
say.
I want to talk.
He wouldn't hit me.
I'm going to talk about what happened with Papa John. Did y'all hear about Papa John?
Yes, sir.
Bro,
He is who we know he is who he know he is.
bro. So CEO John Schnate blames NFL protests for his decline in sales.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and so he's blaming it. He's saying that the NFL's poor leadership through the take a knee controversy has lost his chain $70 million.
It's the nation's poor leadership. It has nothing to do. First off, let me tell
Hold
you
on,
something.
how much?
$70 million.
First off,
is what he
let
lost.
me tell y'all something real quick.
Good.
In 2009 was when the military and the NFL set up a contract.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Before
aware.
that,
Yeah.
nobody was standing for the national anthem. You didn't have to. So now that they have a contract getting money from the military and exploitation of that, now it's such a big deal. The thing that I don't understand is that people always try to misconstrue. It has nothing to do with the leadership. Colin Kaepernick stood for equal rights. We want the police to be prosecuted for killing black people.
Yes.
That's what has gotten lost in the translation of everything that has transpired since Donald Trump came out and called everybody SOBs. Since Jerry Jones came out and did all that crap, telling them boys, you best not stand up nor sit down no more. You gonna get, you know what I'm saying?
And Bob McNair talking
Right.
about
Camp the slaves running the, like, Come on, man. Like, that's
You can't have the
disrespectful.
inmates running the
prison, like-
yeah,
But,
running the prison.
but you know what was really interesting though? After the CEO of Papa John's, Papa John himself, made those statements about the NFL, this dude, after he said that, right? Check this out. On November 2nd, Greg Creed, the CEO of Pizza Hut,
Right.
said that protests have not affected their
Right.
net.
Exactly.
right.
So at this
'Cause
point,
Pizza Hut's better than Papa John's.
any day, I'm eating Pizza Hut over Papa John.
But
Yeah.
when we was growing up, Pizza Hut was the spot.
Where's the black pizza at?
I don't know. But it should be some black pizza on spot somewhere.
That's what I want to know.
You're right.
This is perfect time. They will make a killing
Facts.
if they just made their own pizza spot.
Facts. I agree.
But following his statements, though, bro, last Thursday, white supremacists, the website The Daily Stormer posted an article asking if Papa John's was the official pizza of the alt-right.
You know,
After his statements about
they
the
asked
NFL.
that question?
Yes, bro, they called him out. They
That's
asked him
funny.
to endorse.
I-
So what'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he
He was
say?
like, "No, my pizza isn't for isn't for racists."
Nazis.
So
Or
he's not
Nazis.
gonna, so he's
He
not
said-
gonna sell it to him,
Yeah, he said it's not for you. He said he don't want you to eat it.
That's funny because I
Literally
saw
made that
a
statement.
Nazi
but
pizza
he's still gonna
today.
sell it to him. It's
He's
not
basically
like
saying, "I read." It's like when the Gap came out and said thing back in the day. He's like
but
basically
he can't differentiate whether they're white supremacists or not. So they're still gonna.
But
get
he's
it.
saying, look, I don't support you. I don't support the cause. At the end of the day,
Because he want that
Don't-
70 back. It's
Political-
all about money.
Exactly.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. They
Political
don't give a
decision.
crap. They don't give a crap. They don't care. It's all about that bag.
yeah.
We wouldn't even know Papa John's was a racist if he didn't come out and say it. So we don't know who's a racist. As long as you're putting bread in their pocket, you know what they're gonna do?
And that's
Keep
why
their mouth closed.
And that's why a lot of people are glad that Donald Trump became president, because now everybody feel comfortable
Yeah,
coming
I
out
would
saying, "Yo, yeah, I'm a racist. I don't like y'all. I'm alt-right."
So I'm gonna ask you.
What's up?
Do you think that by Donald Trump becoming president, all these people coming out, do you actually think that's better for the country? Because people are actually coming out and saying, "Look, hey,
Let me
I'm
ask you-
racist," or you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Hillary Clinton's not racist?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
If anything, see, that's what I'm saying.
But my thing is, do you think that people actually coming out and saying that yes, I am a racist, or they're showing that they are a part of this alt-right movement and basically Trump's base that has come out even more so after this recent election? Do you think that is a good thing?
I mean, I feel like it's nothing from the norm. Let's be serious.
But you get now they're putting a face on it. You get to see who they are.
I mean, they put a face on it because he's a dick. But let's be serious. This is nothing from the norm. People have always felt like this. Here's the thing. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like Hillary. If people go delve into Hillary's background, she's actually done worse for black people
So let me tell you,
than Donald Trump has ever had. Hillary and Bill have incarcerated more black people
three-strike
than
laws.
any president that has ever been in office.
so let me ask you this: had I run for president, would you have voted for me?
Yeah, but here's the thing. My
I wanna
vote
hear
doesn't
that.
matter.
I want to hear
Bro, we
that.
had this conversation.
I
Your
just
vote
wanna-
matters.
I just want to hear yes
Yo,
or no.
after this show, we gonna dive into that, bro. Because I'm not gonna leave you here thinking that your vote don't matter. Your
No,
vote matters, bro.
I'm telling you, your
your
vote-
vote matters, bro.
Look.
All right. But listen, here's the thing, though. Like I said, I respect Donald Trump. Now, listen to what I'm saying. I don't like Donald Trump. Respect and liking are two different things.
Agreed.
I respect Donald Trump because he's not a sucker. He could be like Hillary was running for president, trying to get at black people using Beyonce and Jay-Z
And hot sauce.
Future. Exactly. That shit right there showed me the fraudulency
Hot
of her
sauce in her
campaign.
purse.
She has to be that way in order to secure vote. Donald Trump straight told you, I don't fuck with you. I don't like black people. Get this black person out of my... I respect realness. If you don't like me, don't fake like you don't like me.
I agree.
Hillary does not like black
So-
people.
Yo, share this conversation.
I
y'all.
agree.
Share this conversation.
So we're getting ready to end the show, and I want to end
Damn,
it on
that hour went
a
by quick, B.
very quick. That's how it
Sheesh.
is, man. So I want to end with views from the beard. This is a thing that I do at the end of every show. So basically,
I need to grow
there's
a beard.
that inspiration coming to you right now, bro.
get ready for it. So
You grow a beard.
I'm not cutting this shit no more, fam.
we appreciate people being real and being
Facts.
honest about how they feel, how they think. And with the Donald Trump presidency, we see that. We have seen that. And now I urge everybody out there that cares about humanity to please take it upon yourself to educate yourself and to vote where necessary. We've got the midterm elections coming up. This is very important that we elect people that really do care. There are politicians. I happen to believe that there are politicians out there that do really care about what we're going through, and they want to help. And if we do this nationwide, we can actually make a difference. We can make a change. And it's important for us not to be ignorant. So young people, if you want to get involved, please do so. Contact me at The Real Phil Show on all social media.
Contact me at The Conscious Root.
And we will get you plugged in.
That's right, y'all.
It's that serious. So please, get involved, stay engaged, and listen to The Real Phil Show. Again, this is the Bearded Host.
And I am The Conscious Root.
With our special guest, Carl Drew. Let's
gang.
Let's
Can I
see
say
y'all.
something right quick?
We about to close out. So we'll see y'all next Monday at 6 p.m. All right, thank y'all.